What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Overtime, brought to you by Kingscast. I'm Coaster Freak, and I'm here to be talking about the Kings and Sharks. And wait, who wrote this script? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're playing the Kings. Let's break it down, shall we? Alright, so the Sharks are playing the Kings starting on Tuesday night. Big battle in the Pacific, made in California. This is the new rivalry that's coming about. Suddenly, this is becoming the rivalry, as I said before. I actually hate the Dallas Stars a lot more than the Kings because of the history in the 90s and losing to Mike Modano. But maybe this is that new rivalry for the Sharks that's coming about. I know geographically it makes sense, but historically, it doesn't. We've only played each other. This will be the second time playing each other in the postseason coming up. And thanks a lot, Ducks. Y'all do not know how to win in the playoffs. You know what winning the Pacific Division title does, but what did that do for the Ducks? Nothing. So these two have to face off because of that, and I'm fine and all for it. So going into the series, the big changes from the teams from last year would be Brent Burns for the Sharks. Came in as a defenseman, now converted to forward. It's a move that's really worked out, and it's got to make a huge difference. He's made a difference against the Canucks last series. Can he do it again against the Kings? For the Kings, their biggest changes since the last time we played, of course, the additions of Jeff Carter, Mike Richards last year, and even this year they get some guys coming up. I think Robin Regehr was their big rental pickup at the deadline. Still a very, very good team. In terms of forward depth, they're very loaded at center in particular. Going in, though, I think our top six forwards match up all right against them. We have any top six can hang with any other top six in the league for the Sharks. Anze Kopitar, pretty solid. Carter, definitely, that was one of those trades that ex-Sharks general manager Dean Lombardi did. He went all in, and it worked out for him last year. They had an inability to score for a long time, but Jonathan Quick was consistent. He was helping them, and he carried them throughout last year. And then they finally learned how to score. Once Jeff Carter came along, their offense was picking it up. So they won the Cup as a result because of that. This time, the Kings are the favorite. I think this time the Kings are expected to do a lot more with the young talent they got. Guys like Jared Stoll under the radar coming up, or Justin Williams looking better. And, of course, as usual, Anze Kopitar been their main guy with Dustin Brown. The Kings may have the younger legs, but I think the Sharks have that experience and veteranness. I know both sides have experience. I think the Sharks still can beat them head-to-head in top six forwards. Couture, the bigger difference, I think, that can change everything. And the good news is the Sharks are rebuilding on the fly. Some people have seen it. We traded our assets, or traded our guys that weren't useful. Suddenly, we still have a young core to build around in Couture, Pavelski. Yeah, some guys are getting older and some guys are coming, their time's coming to an end, but the Sharks team should be competitive for years to come. Shouldn't be a worry. Going on, this series will not be determined by the top six forwards or even the goaltenders, who are both pretty even. Niemi's a Vezina Trophy candidate. Quick, playing well. He's picked up his Conn Smythe form from last year. He played pretty well in the Blue Series. The bottom six is going to be the big factor. Guys like Fraser, guys such as Andrew Desjardins, guys such as Kyle Clifford, Trevor Lewis. Those types of guys is where we're really going to see the difference or not. Can the Sharks play well defensively on the bottom six like they did against the Canucks? I thought TJ Gagliardi had a decent series. Didn't light up the scoreboard, but I thought defensively we looked really good. Are we going to see a much better bottom six from the Sharks? That's been an issue of ours for a while. And can we beat the Kings' bottom six? Defensemen, pretty even. Guys, people will say Drew Doughty is the best defenseman in the series. I understand that. I think there's times he's overpaid, but I think we can get him. I think he's vulnerable. He's still a solid player, but I don't think he's the greatest, like some people give him. Dan Boyle, looking good. Vlasic, Stewart, great shutdown defenseman. Couple guys that are under the radar that also determine this series besides the bottom 6 forwards. I think guys like Slava Voinov and Jake Muzzin, couple of under the radar defensemen for the Kings that are better than people are giving them credit for. Especially Slava Voinov, giving them some offense. So we got to be careful of that. Somehow a big X factor for them was Dustin Penner in the last series. A really fluke goal that took a weird bounce won them the series in Game 6. If he starts scoring on us, we're in trouble. And that's a sign saying, yeah, this team needs to blow up, or some of the Sharks team would. I think the Sharks should be able to hang. This is a very toss-up series. There's a good argument for both sides because the Sharks are the veterans, guys who know the game better, but the Kings are the younger team, the much faster team, probably a little more experienced because they've made it farther, and a lot of them have won the Cup before. So let me know what you guys think of the series. The Kings, big shout-outs to the Kingscast. Y'all are pretty awesome. You know, maybe enemies in terms of teams we're rooting for, but y'all are good video makers. There's not very many hockey video makers here on YouTube, but those who are, at least those who I've watched, I like what I've seen from Kingscast. Pretty good content. So, big shout out to y'all. In the playoffs, it's kind of funny. I've got 6 for 6 correct. Depending on what happens in the Game 7s in the East, I could go 8 for 8. I won't talk about the other playoff games until everything is done, but let you know I'm 6 for 6, maybe 8 on 8. We'll see what happens in the other Game 7s, which you might be watching this a little later. But I expect the Sharks to be competitive in this series, and this is the first time the Kings have home ice advantage in a playoff series since 1992. It's been a while. They haven't had good regular seasons based on record. But this time the Kings, they're feeling it. They're energized. This is the first time they get to host a Game 1. And I like that. I like the Sharks got to start out on the road. They got to be hungry. Sharks are considered an underdog this entire playoffs. And personally, I think the Sharks can match up with this team. It's really weird because in the regular season, the home side was able to win each of the games. It was the home team. We haven't had a road Game 1. But I think the Sharks can take one of the opening 2. I really feel that. And this is going to be a low-scoring battle. I think the goalies are going to be strong. It's going to matter what the bottom 6 do. That's how I see the series. It's going to be interesting. As I said before, there's an argument for both sides to win it. So let me know what you guys think. Neutrals who are watching, I'd like to see what you got for this series. I think the Sharks, it's going to go 6 or 7. I don't make predictions directly in videos like this, but I think the Sharks have a good argument to win this. So let me know what you guys think. We'll see you guys later. Go Sharks, and I'll be talking game by game by game after each game of the series. See you guys later.